Hey, Isaac. Thanks for taking the time today.
Appreciate it. No problem.
We'll get started here with Jeff McLean.
Okay.
Hey, Isaac. Now that you've kind of pretty much solidified your spot and starting at this point in your career, what are some of the areas that you look upon improving, and how do you approach coming in when you've been kind of entrenched in that spot?
Yeah, I mean, the true nature of being a professional and is always striving and to work on your weaknesses or what you perceive as being weaknesses and looking back at last season and what you can work on and be better. And my whole philosophy and mentality is can I be better than the Isaac of yesterday? What can I do to improve on that? Not only physically but maybe mentally, or whatever edge I can possibly gain or new technique or advantage I can do during the off season, during this time, we have to prepare is the key to everything.
Go ahead, Ed, and then Zach.
Hey, Isaac. I just want to ask you to your right, I guess it would be, you have the two tackles, Jordan and Andre, kind of competing for that spot. I mean, what have you seen from those two guys? I know it's, really early here in the spring, but, what have you seen from those two guys? How have they come in to this portion of the offseason workouts?
Yeah, Jordan and Andre, man, they've they came in blazing. Obviously with Andre being out last year, he's looking to go do as much as he possibly can to prove who he is. And Jordan, getting some playing time last year gave him some confidence. I think they both look really good. The biggest thing is with the new coaching staff, everybody's trying to make a good first impression. Obviously, it's a different story when the pads come on, but right now, I think they're both, firing on all cylinders. So it'll be fun to keep watching both of them, improve over these next 2 months and go into training camp and battle it out.
Go ahead, Zach, and then EJ.
Hey, Isaac, good to see you again. This might seem like a trivial question relative to what happens on the field, but why did you change your number this offseason?
Yeah, when they kind of laxed on the jersey restrictions, I'd always been 56, like in high school and college, and my dad was 55 when he played, and honestly, I've always just kind of liked the number, and with the opportunity, it was nothing crazy. I just kind of liked the number.
Thanks.
Go ahead, EJ, and then Bo.
Isaac, I wanted to ask you about Landon Dickerson. What are your early impressions of him? I know you can't do a lot on the field, but what have you seen from him?
Yeah, Landon. That's a huge dude, man. That's a big guy. Obviously, like you said, with his injury, he's a little slowed, but I think watching some of his college stuff, obviously he's a really good football player. Anytime we can get guys that can not only elevate the level in the room, but compete, and we're always looking for guys that can plug and play, because as everybody knows in the O-line room, injuries happen, so we're gonna need 6, 7, 8 guys. Last year was crazier than anything, but no, Landon looks like the real deal. I'm hoping he gets as healthy as he can be come training camp, so he can really let loose. But smart, tough, big, strong. I mean, everything you look for sure.
Bo, and then John.
Isaac, first of all, how much did it cost a lot of money to change the jersey number?
Not really, man. People ain't really buying Seumalo jerseys out there, so it was cheap, man.
Okay, that makes sense. And then I guess on Landon, in terms of his personality, we sort of learned, or we were sort of told that he was like this big leader at Alabama and sort of this happy-go-lucky guy. Have you been able to see a little bit of that yet, or is he still sort of a shy rookie?
Yeah, I mean, I think for most rookies, you want to come in and be humble and quieter and this and that, and Landon's no different, man. I think offensive linemen also kind of always have a certain personality traits of being a little quieter and this and that, but seems like a good dude. I'm looking forward to get him to know him more. But no complaints over here.
Go ahead, John, and then Ed.
Hi, Isaac. Good to see you. Curious your thoughts on Jalen Hurts now that he's the starting quarterback. He's the guy, and obviously the offensive line has that relationship always with the quarterback. But he seems like a natural leader. How does he kind of interact with you guys?
Yeah, man, that's a cool, calm, collected dude. You know what I mean? And that's what you look for in the huddle. Guys that, when you look in their eyes and the way they talk, you know what I mean? Nothing phases them, especially at the quarterback position. And Jalen is already super talented. Real smart. Guys trust him. Can make plays, obviously. But so far, Jalen's really taking that leadership role and run with it. So I'm happy for him, man. I hope he continues it. Because we're only gonna go as he goes. You know what I'm saying? So.
Ed and then Zach.
Hey, Isaac. Sorry about that. Last year, I think it was kind of under the radar that you came back pretty quickly from a pretty serious knee injury. What does that say about you as far as being a team player and as far as being a competitor goes?
Yeah, I mean, last year with a knee injury, coming back quickly, I was doing as much as I could here. I would go home and do stuff. I changed my diet. I did, as much as I possibly could to get back out there on the field, and that's just part of my nature, man. I'm always gonna pour everything I can into it, and competing. Coach Nick has been huge on competition, and I would like to think that that's something that I bring with me. Every day. What can I do to get better? How can I be a true professional in the building, and do everything I can on my end to make sure that I'm reliable and consistent, and that was a big part of it.
Go ahead, Zach.
Hey, Isaac, if you think back to your 2016 draft class, could you have ever imagined that you would be the last one standing from that class?
Man, not really. You know what I mean? I think about it sometimes, man, and I'm still real close with like Vitae, Big V, so I talk to him sometimes, and obviously Carson, but yeah, it's crazy, man. It's it goes by like this, as faster than you think. So I try to enjoy all the moments, with these guys, and yeah, man, it flies by for sure.
We'll take one more here from John McMullen.
Isaac, you mentioned the new coaching staff. For you guys, though, on the offensive line, Stout is back. How important was that for you, and the fact there were some rumors he'd go back to Alabama? What's it like having him back?
No, it's awesome. First and foremost, he's a great coach, teacher of details, and cares so much about us, not only as players, but as people, outside of the building as well. And that's something you always look for in a mentor or a coach. And then, being able to have him, knowing him and him knowing us, especially the older guys, there's that level of trust, the way the O-line room operates, the way meetings operate, what he expects of us and what we expect of him as well. And I think for the young guys, it's been a blessing too, because, he's always a little bit harder on the young guys, the guys that, need a little bit more coaching, this and that. But no, it's awesome. I was really thankful he came back.
Thanks, Isaac.
All right. Thank you for your time, Isaac.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it, guys.